up? What up?
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Can you describe at all what it means to you?
Man, it means a ton. I guess it kind of should have been on my radar, but it really wasn't. I was really just dialing into coaching and trying to get working to get the guys better and working on being a better coach and learning my role and my responsibility as assistant coach. And I wasn't really thinking about it. Obviously, we had the Hall of Fame happening this weekend. With the guys going in, congrats to them. But it's a huge honor. It's awesome. The only thing I kept thinking about is when my children come to a game this year, to that game, they'll see Daddy's name up there. So it's pretty awesome.
What does it mean just when you think about the other 7 guys who are up there already?
Yeah, it's an elite crew. It's great. Every time when I played, you walk into the stadium, coming off the bus, and one of the first things you look at is, you look at the bowl, you look at the ring, and to be up there, with those guys, it's an honor. It's an honor.
Yeah, one thing Dennis says is like your guard position, I think it tends to get overlooked in terms of the value that it brings, especially for a guy like Drew,
Yeah.
Who needs that interior pocket. He said you were one of the best that ever did it. Is that kind of just a good feeling to know that the guard position is being appreciated in the way it should be?
Yeah, I think every team is different. Our team, that's what, I wanted to be the best player I can be. We wanted to maximize everybody's strengths, and we did that. We did that with Drew's play, with his leadership, him being a general out there. And, we always told ourselves that we protect them, we can make plays down the field. We were never out of a game because of Drew. So we all just, worked hard and not to let each other down. And I was just trying to be the best player I can be, the best teammate I can be, and go out there and win games.
How surprised were you? I know Dennis stood up here yesterday and said, hey, they try to keep it a secret from you as much as possible.
Yeah, I didn't know, man. We walked into the meeting, and when they start talking about it, I still wasn't really thinking myself. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, is Drew in the hallway or who's here? But, once they put the silhouette up, it was, I was like, damn, it's happening. So it was awesome. They did a great job, and I was very surprised. I'm obviously not surprised in the way I played and the things I did well, but it wasn't on my radar to happen this soon. But it's awesome, and I'm excited about it.
There's going to be a bunch of other guys, I'm sure, from your era on the Saints that are eventually going to go up there. To be up there, sort of leading the pack for the rest of the guys, that part's got to feel nice because you're going to get some company, right?
Yeah, it's amazing, man. And I told the guys in that meeting the biggest thing is that we won games. You know what I mean, as a team, and that's what you inspire to do as a team. Is to win games. That's the most important thing, is to win. But once I got back to my phone, all my teammates and friends, and it's going to be a packed house that game. So
Are
it's
you
going to
the
be fun.
reason Deuce got in the end zone in that 06?
Well,
when he gets filled up here, what
well, everybody knows when we play Philly, I had to do my thing. But yeah, Deuce, I tell him all the time, he was my first 1,000-yard back in the league. Deuce ran hard. We had a great line, and we was toting that rock. So, but it was a great team effort. Carney was in there too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Would you mind if I ask you a coaching question? I've seen you talking with Trevor Penning a bunch. What kind of things are you trying to get? I'm guessing a lot of it's just the mental side, right? What kind of things are you trying to get across?
Encourage him to be the physical player that he is. Encourage him to throw his hands. Encourage him to work on his technique and his footwork. And I think Trevor is doing that. The eye in the sky doesn't lie. So when we get back in the meeting room, it's easy to show him those things on film. But when you're out here, you always got to work on your technique and work on something. And I think Trevor is doing a good job transitioning to the right side. And I think you're seeing the player that, he was kind of growing to be before the injury a couple of years ago. We're not going to talk about that. But Trevor is a big physical guy, and the more we can get him using his physicality and having confidence in his physicality, he's going to be all right.
You see a difference in him this year than at this point last year?
Yeah, for sure. I think his confidence level is up. I think he's encouraged to play next to Caesar as well. And, and I think well, the thing about Trevor is he always wants to be good. He never shies away from that. But just make sure he has the confidence and go out there and keep working.
What does confidence in his physicality look like?
Just throwing his hands, being physical. I think you guys saw in that one play where he pulled around close to the end. He got a good lick on the backer out there. And just having him have the confidence that he's going to get better. He just can continue pushing. We all know he's a big guy, and he likes to go to the echo of the whistle. You know, just try to, you know, have him hone it in and have organized chaos though.